everybody, to the first race of Season 2 for the Classic IndyCar Series for the Firestone Twin 275s. And that is 114 laps, if you didn't know, and we do another one tomorrow. I'm your host, Marcus, and I am stoked to show you this, I'm stoked to be with you for this race. The first one, they've gone all out, and when I mean all out, I mean all out. There's, if I can remember from the top of my head, there's, what are they called? A little slow, dog sitting's pretty tough, but, just a lot of new things. I guess we'll explain them on the way. But for now, let's go through your field of 14 drivers that will compete for the first win of the Classic IndyCar season. Starting in first place in the number 9 target car for Chip Ganassi Racing, that is Agent JF's running that number yet again. We miss it, and we're glad to see it back on track. Rolling out P number 1, and in P2, that is the number 27. Gotta see roster. Give me 2 seconds. That is the number 27 Andretti Autosport Ford. Not a Ford. Hold on. A little stroke there. Just Ford 3 and the number 27 Andretti Autosport, your Season 1 champion, looking for his second championship and to go back to back. He starts in second place. In third place, that is a very surprising, is the number 19. I'm a little slow with this. The number 19 of Monkford, Dale Coyne Racing. That's a surprise. You never see him race, but when he does, well, you just never thought about this. And going quicker, that rounds out your top 3. Right behind him is Chesko in the number 5 Lotus Japan car. Right behind him, Blue Emo in the number 78 Nuclear Clean Air Energy Honda. And behind him is Blake in the DHL number 28 for Andretti Racing. I think I said that wrong, but you know what? It's the name. Right behind him, that is... Right behind him is Prime in the number 59 Lotus PD VSA Honda. And behind him is making one of his second start. Oh, never mind. Behind him is Grez in the number 8 Motegi Racing Honda. Behind Grez is Sin making his second open wheel race. He raced an F1 for McLaren, that one race in Monza, and hasn't raced an open wheel race since. This will be his first in number 41 ABC Supply Co. Inc. DHL Honda. Behind him is, if they can get it together, or above him is Aiden. I think that's going to be a struggle, running the Telemundo CDW number 2. And then there's Dim in the 6, Dale in the 3, Chicken in the number 82 Geico Lotus. That's a really cool car. And ending it off using his provisional, as always, is DJ. And now as they get ready for the green flag off turn 4 to the straightaway, to the line. And we are back for the Classic IndyCar Series at Texas. I was going to stay quiet for that whole lap already. That is Sin, Prime, Aiden, and that is who wrecked. Unfortunate for those 3. I do not know what happened there. On the first lap, from what it looks like, it just, you can't run. He ran side by side and was just not able to do that. He slid up into Sin. And that unfortunately wrecked him Sin and Prime, and I'm not fully aware of how the rules work. So from what it looks like, they are getting into backup cars. So, well, unfortunate for Sin. Dang, that's already an unlucky start for him, as he definitely did not want that to happen. Agent leads the field with Ford in second still, Nass in third, and Chesko in fourth. It stays and remains the same on lap number 3 as they get ready. Getting ready to go green again. Just a reminder, I'm your host, Marcus. I'm here joined with Bubble as the streamer, and this is on the Bubble Boy 05 channel. I don't know why I'm stopping like that. Just a little strokes somewhere near that, but they're going to their backup cars and get ready to redo this again. Going to lap number 4. Classic Indy Series, we're green. 3 wide already. That's Blake, Chesko, and Nass. And like the NASCAR races, there won't be that much passing for the start. Give it a couple of laps, and they should be good. A new fresh start for everyone, as next race, tomorrow, is the second race of Texas. So the second race of the Firestone. I think I said that right. The Firestone Twin 275s. It'll be tomorrow at 3 EST. So estimating 4 EST. And it will be reverse order of the finishing order today. And I want to tell you, some people are struggling a little bit here, while others may not, as there's a wreck in the back. That's Prime, and Prime will be out of it. That is his race and his luck. Unfortunate for that number. Gonna figure this out again. Unfortunate for the number 59 KV Racing Technology Lotus Honda. That sucks for him, as we've only made 7 laps this race, so already a little hectic. But they need to realize that they gotta get their act together, because there is 114 laps, about 107 laps still ahead. As I was saying, there are different setups you can run. There's different wing levels you can choose from. One, meaning, I might get this wrong, but I'm going to explain this the best way that I can. One, basically, is better if you're saving. It makes you a lot. Bubble, correct me if I'm wrong. That's number 1. The lowest is tighter, correct? As their green flag. Let me see if I can get an answer. As they're green and still stacked up. Well, to say it better, the lowest is least downforce, and the highest, which is number 5, is the most, as they're getting packed up. Crater Chicken into the wall, and there's a big one. Chesko, Dale, Blue Emo, already again. Unfortunate. They're just running too packed up. They're pack racing just so much more. I mean, this is what this era of cars, the Aero 5s, do, but man, they could at least try and hold a decent line. That is the third caution. maybe 4th. I've already forgotten how much has already happened. Firestone twin 275s. The first race of the 275. As we're green this time, they're going double file. We already know that lesson. That's already been kind of weird. Luckily, if I'm not mistaken, half of the field is on their final car. From what I can remember, Sin. I'm gonna figure out his name. Hold on. Sin, that's Soup in the number 2. That is who it is. I was a little slow with that, so I apologize, but that is Soup in the number 2. So Soup, Sin, DJ, Creator Chicken, Chesco, Blue Emo, and Dale, all on their final cars. That's, again, more than half of the field as we are green flag back again. Let's keep it clean now. Don't make too much moves at the start of this race. As they try and keep it calm, Blake making it up to 3rd as Nas makes it to 4th. Soup slides up as they go single file. Everyone single file train now. Hopefully they can keep it like this for most of the race, because again, there's still a long race as Dale, come on, has come into pit road. The number 3 AAA Insurance Verizon Honda. I believe they're all Hondas. Sin tried to make a move on Nas. Gonna explain another thing that is new, is there is push to pass or overtake as Ford is overtaking Agent. Here he goes on the inside, side by side on the back stretch. There is overtakes. You have a limited amount of overtakes, 15 to be exact. All 18 seconds. If you let off the gas, you lose your overtake. So definitely see people use that, but the question is when to use it and how much you want to use at the start, end, and middle. Here's Agent contesting for the lead again, side by side on Ford. The 2 champions, dare I say, 2 of the best. There's not even a debate. 2 of the best, but it's who is the best as they're side by side again. Still, Nas and Blake starting to come into the mix with Sin too, as this little 5-pack with Soup starting to catch up, starting to get just a little bit dicey. You don't want it to get too dicey. Again, there's still a long race, and most of these drivers, Sin and Soup, are on their final cars. To lose that is to lose this race, and the caution has come out somewhere on the track. Gonna look around for it. I believe there's someone. A blue car maybe. That is Dale. Come on, Dale has wrecked out alone on turn number 3 and 4. Reason unknown, but that's unfortunate. I think that'll be his race as he jumps out of his car, unless he spawns another one, but we'll see. Dale has DNF'd. And unfortunate for that number 3 Penske. There's still one more Penske car in the field, and that's Dim Trios. And the number 6 PPG Automotive Finish. I'm just trying to figure out if I can read that right. Dim is going to be a heavy hitter, as during testing there was a side-by-side finish that he was not in. I'm thinking of someone else. Dang it. But I believe Dim does have the speed. It was Dim! I knew it, okay. Dim had a side-by-side finish with Agent during testing. So he knows how to use that push to pass, that overtake well. So let's hopefully see him do it as Agent gets ready to go green. Or Ford gets ready to go green. On turn number 4 coming out of it. Here we go. Anytime he goes green, And we're green back again. There's Dim already making a move into the inside of Soup and Nass. Side by side with Sin and Blake. Now side by side with Agent. 18 of 114. The Classic Indy Racing Series. That's not what it's called anymore. It's CIS. With my experience of driving with these cars in testing, to get a feel of what these drivers are doing, my recommendation and what I would do is for overtake, you do not, and I mean do not, do it entering turn number 1, because if you do it entering turn number 1, you're going to have to lift. While the tires go down, you will have to lift off. At the beginning, it'll be a little bit, you can make it full throttle. You can do it. If you run a decent line, you'll be able to make it. But later in the race, you will not be able to go full throttle. Turn 3 and 4, another story. You might be till you're like 50% tires. These drivers are earlier on 70, 71, 72% tires, maybe even less. So you engage it about right here where Ford and Agent are, and you let it go till you get to turn number 1. That is just what I've known driving these cars. They're difficult. As Dim makes it 3 wide, contact with 40 and 40 into the wall. That could have been horrible. As Dim, as I say, into the wall, and caution is out. Did I see caution? Caution is out for, I believe, I'm looking. That is Grez, the number 8. And the caution came out when they were side by side and hit. That could have been way worse for them. But that's another car out, I believe, while Dim leads. Not a good race for those getting unlucky. Looks like Sin had a problem, finally catching up to the pack. Again, you're watching Kimmy's Speed World Classic IndyCar Series Edition. I'm your host, Marcus. Bubbles, your streamer, on the Bubble Boy 05 YouTube channel. Dim leads with Agent in second, Ford, Blake 3 and 4. It's definitely not set in stone who the favorites are. I mean, you think Agent and Ford, which are definitely, I think, but anything can happen. I mean, we saw Dim make an insane move on the restart. So let's see if anyone else will replicate that as their green flag. As everyone just gets single files, there's Creator Chicken making a move on Soup while he tries to go single file. And nothing yet. You'll see the difference in wing levels comparing with other drivers and seeing how they drive. Some get loose, some get tighter, some are faster. That's why Agent, I believe, is faster than Ford, unless you did use the overtake. So we'll see when the next overtake thing is going to go, as in a spin in the back. That's Creator Chicken trying to save it, and he does not, into the wall. What? No, he's not in the wall. Oh my God, he saved it, and he's still good. No caution. That's Grez and Chesko also involved in that. And we stay green. Dim paddling with Agent on lap 26 already. I was sure that one of them was gonna, I was sure he wrecked into the wall, but no, I was wrong. Side by side with Dim. Agent looking to make that move on the outside, and he's gonna go into the wall, and that's damage for Agent. One of your favorites into the wall on the straightaway, and that will be one of his resets. As you just see was on the outside. He sent it a little too much. And Dim will remain your leader. Everyone gets settled back in line. We get ready for another restart. I believe this is like the 6th caution. So a very chaotic race out early here at Texas Motor Speedway for the Classic IndyCar Series. As they double up, getting ready to go green again. That's Dim, Ford, Blake, Nass, Sin, and Soup. And the number 2, Telemundo. Trying to stay up, Dim, waiting to go. He's got Tel turn 4 to figure out what spot he's going to go, and he's on the gas. We're green again here at Texas Motor Speedway. Way up high on that backpack. As everyone stays single file, there's Soup making a move already to the inside of Nass. But he is not able to make it. Nass had to back out of that with Sin almost into the wall as Creator Chicken and Blue Emo into the wall. There's Chesko, I believe, coming into pit. He's got to be careful because I've spun on that apron. I don't think he's going to pit. I don't know what that was. That looked pretty sketchy for whatever he was doing. As here's Ford making a move into first place, trying. He's not able to make it. He stays behind Dim. Ford looking to make the move on the outside. Remember last time Agent made that move, he smacked the wall. He's not going to make it. He's going to have to back out of that, stay with Blake. Blake now on Ford. And Creator Chicken, a warning number 1 for contact by race officials. Here comes Ford again, onto the outside. Just still not enough to get there. As Sin right next to Blake, he backs up to stay behind him. Single file all around. Agent JF trying to slowly creep his way back up where he belongs. No Agent clicks there, but he's definitely moving up quick. There's Ford almost into the wall there. Pit stops should be starting anytime soon as they get to about 45 to 40% tires. Again, with the different wing levels and how downforce will treat you, you might save more fuel than the other. As it is getting really packed up air in the backpack for 5th place, 6th place. Dim into the wall. It's Ford's lead now. Ford overtakes him as Dim's misfortune. Again, if you stay on that throttle on turn number 1 and 2 with old tires, you will not make the corner. What am I trying to say? You have to lift. Depending depending on what wing level you run, you probably have to lift. As I just watched Ford full throttled it. Running a very, I think, a lower wing level than Dim. Unless that's reverse order, but I believe that's how it is. Yeah, Dim is just struggling there. He's got more. Dim has got less fuel than Ford. And a little bit better tires. So I guess that's the benefits of what Dim's setup is. As for the most part, it is spread out. They get single filed as Blake slowly creeps up to Dim, looking to maybe make a move. But the question is, when do you make the move? Here's Dim, has that high line run, chooses to stay away from the draft, goes back in at turn number 3 and 4. As Ford keeps the lead and leads that yet another lap. Here's Dim on the outside, stays behind. Ford slides up a little bit. Dim uses this as an opportunity into the inside, side by side now, contact a little bit. Dim is your new race leader again, as Ford's looking to make the move again. Right behind him on the straightaway, side by side again. And Ford's gonna retake that lead that was stolen a couple laps ago. As Nass starts to get into the picture, looking to pass Blake. As it looks like Soup looking to come into pit road, as he will be our first pitter with 31% tires, 4.8 gallons of fuel. They're not so well raced, and I believe I'm wrong, because I believe Grez had pit. Unless he crashed. Sorry, apologies. And he sped in pits. That's a drive-through penalty. Dim, what did I miss? Dim flipped over on the straightaway. Looking at the replay, that's Nass. Nass just goes up into him and flips him over on his side, and coming into the straightaway off turn number 4. That is one of Dim's resets. He'll go to his backup car as what's his that saves Soup for now. He still has to do his drive-through, but it's a lot better than having to do another pit stop and then doing the drive. Like, it worked out for Soup. It's still not the best situation to be in, but I think that is the best situation he could be in. They have to start considering where people are. I can't really explain that wreck on Nass. The Nash went up into him, slid up into him. You got to be careful with those old tires, especially. There it is. That's Soup with a drive-through penalty, and Nass incident responsibility. As we are green flag, but I'm here to let you know once again that Thursday Night Thunder will be going back and we'll be racing at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Chevrolet 150 on MCRN. Go tune in Thursday. But right now, we're at Texas Motor Speedway for the Classic IndyCar Series. Again, I'm your host, Marcus, here on the Bubble Boy 05 channel. And everyone, a lot more pitters. 2 people serving their drive-through penalty as Sin and Creator Chicken will come into pit road. We'll see who speeds and not, and Creator Chicken might get a drive-through penalty. He looked a little fast as going back up to the lead. That's Agent on Blake's contact. Again, that you do not want to be so tight as they're going near 12% to 16% tires. So it's getting a little dicey as DJ and Dim go into pit road. Coming to lap around. There's Ford coming into pit road, it looks like. Yep, Creator. Drive-through penalty Ford. It looks like he's not going to go into pit road. Looked like it, but that's just Ford's little move he's been doing. Agent looking to the outside, he goes to the inside, side by side, the two champions go. And Blake, you can argue, will be a champion someday. Running up with these guys. That's Blue Memo pitting. I don't know if he was already in pits, but I believe he had to just pit. Ford looking to take his lead back. Ford on 7.5% tires. Agent on 2.5 gallon fuel and 17% tires. So Ford definitely running his stuff with whatever he's running, whatever level he's running. And it looks like he's no intent of going out at all. As Creator Chicken goes in again. As Blake in the middle of that. 11.5% tires, 1 gallon of fuel. As Ford and Blake are looking to pit. This time we'll see where they go. Ford. And they're both pretty good. Chesko goes in again. An Agent will stay as your leader with 13% tires. These tires go down quick. I mean, we've seen already a lot of cars. Dimothy needs steak. That's great. Little minute. Agent comes into pit road, and Grez will come out as your leader, as the only one to not pit yet, unless he did. And he's just running. I believe he did. Would love to see if race control can put the last pit stop. Oh, Dim is in pit road eating steak. That's what that is. Okay. Grez still out here leading. Either a very early pit or he's just doing something right that we don't know about. Here it is. Yep. So Grez did pit on lap 42. It was a little quick. I wasn't able to read it much, but at least I was able to see Grez had pit lap 42. So he's good on tires. Same with Soup on lap 44. And that will round out your cycles, as Nass had pit very recently coming out of pit road. We look around the track. Grez just running his course. Soup soon to be a lap down. As Grez is slowly catching him. Agent on the straightaway. That you can see the little gaps if you look at them. Then that is a big gap from Agent to Ford. About a whole straightaway away. Maybe even less. No, straightaway away. That's how much Ford and Agent are. As Super and Grez on different strategies from the other. As a caution has come out around the track. That is Sin. Sin will be out of the race. Unknown of what had happened, but unfortunate for that number 41 Honda. Sin will yet have another. Oh, that's on the back straightaway. That's what happened. Looks like either spun out or got turned. Looking back up at the little replay that I have on the back straightaway. Big problems for AJ Foyt Enterprise. As that is your third DNF of today. Dim has yet to DNF, but he is eating steak in his car in pit road. You know, I'm not sure if everyone gets their lap back, so waiting to see what goes on. With this new schedule, there's a new couple of tracks added. As you remember, last season, we only went to speedways and ovals. That's Michigan International Speedway, race number 1 for the Freedom 250. That was last season. Again, I'm saying last season. Race 2 was Atlanta. Las Vegas was race number 3. Auto Club, race number 4, and Charlotte, race number 5, where Little Man edged out Ford for the win. Ford came out on top for the championship. This season, we go to Texas Motor Speedway 1, Texas Motor Speedway 2. You'll see that today and tomorrow, again, for EST, estimated, I don't know. Race number 3, we go to Watkins Glen. So we added a road course. And yes, we will be doing a couple road courses this season. Race number 4, New Hampshire Speedway. So a short oval, that should be something new. Iowa, race number 5, another short oval. Race number 6, Cleveland. I believe that's a road course. Race number 7, Milwaukee Mile, another short oval. And it's back, yes baby, 3rd edition of the Pocono Challenge at Pocono Raceway. Race number 8. So we'll see a lot of fun stuff for that. Race number 9 is Portland, another road course, and we got 2 races again to round out your ending. Round number 10 is Charlotte Motor Speedway, and round number 11 is Charlotte Motor Speedway 2. So be ready to watch an insane season unfold. As keeping up with the stock cars. Bubbles Cup and Nationwide Series go to Watkins Glen. Nationwide on MCRN and Bubbles Cup here on Bubble Boy 05 for Kimmy Speed World. We'll see that hopefully this week as everyone's back on the lead lap. Grez getting ready. He's the control car and we're not green. Never mind. It's just wanted to do that to me. Okay. As we wait around again, that was a little awkward for it having to wait. Let's think of what to talk about. I'm confused of these two up front. Soup and Grez's strategy. What are they trying to do, and will it pay off? From what it looks like a 2-stop for them. And I don't know if that's the best. I don't know if this is the best thing for those two. So we'll see. As we get ready to go to the green. Again, I'm your host, Marcus, here on Kimmy's Speed World for the Classic IndyCar Series Edition. Green flag is back in the air. Soup does not get going. Ford and Agent swallow him whole. Same with Blake, and he just goes into the sucker hole. Lap 65, we're back racing. There's a problem in the back. Blue Emo into the wall, spinning hard into the wall. I said that twice. That is his race, I believe. That is another caution. Well, we had a good green flag run. A little bit there. So, still not bad so far. As I believe Blue Emo's still on until we figure it out. Race control, awaiting race control's message. Blue Emo DNF, there it is. And there's problems already. Creator Chicken, two teammates, Chesko and Creator Chicken, spinning in the back. That is not very good. I don't know what that is. Coming back to the green on the backstretch. Coming into turn number 3. Blue Emo still on track. I don't know what he's doing. Just chilling. Coming back going. Grez gets going. I said that twice. Green flag back in the air for the Classic IndyCar Series at Texas Motor Speedway. Ford and Blake side by side as Ford goes back behind him. Everyone on mostly fresh tires except for Grez. Grez running 60% tires. Most of the field above 70. In the back, there's only problems. Creator Chicken and Nass. Creator Chicken slid up a little bit, running 71% tires. As here comes Agent JF and Dim out after he ate his steak. Finally, as Agent looking to pass. He does, clearing him. Agent, your new leader again. As Blake already up to him. Same with Ford and same with Soup. We've seen these top 4 a lot today. As contact a little bit forward into the wall. Almost into the wall, apologies. That would have been so quick as drinking water. Soup not racing a clean race. Fans already not liking him. Fans already not liking him. And pulling that to one of the most popular drivers in just Ford 3. As Blake, this 3-car battle again. You love to see it. The 2 Andretti teammates racing against that Chip Ganassi number 9. Ford looking on the outside with Blake, having to lift a little bit. That's not gonna help them. Side by side will not help you. As I'm gonna catch a breather. Just listen to these beautiful IndyCar IRL 5 sounds. Agent goes to the outside, looking to make that pass as Ford overtook him. And Agent going back again, the crossover. He's staying with Nass. Or Nass is staying with them, sorry. He's moved up to third. Ford still chasing him down. It's just these two all day. By the way, during pit strategies, or during just pits in general, you are able to change your wing level. So some might have changed during that first stint to now. So we'll see that change. We'll see how they're racing now as Nass starts to slowly creep up to Ford. As he's tight, it looks like he's changed a little bit. Excuse me. Ford looking to make a move on the outside again. The outside move is possible. It is very much possible, as we saw it in that test race with Agent and Dim. Nass on the rear of him. Ford getting a little shaky there. I'm getting word from the source that from what I heard, apparently DJ had wrecked out someone, which was Sin. That is what ultimately caused him to spin. A little late to that, and I apologize. Catching the best I can. This battle up front still heats up. Ford looking on the outside again. Turn number 3. You can stick it depending on your tire wear as Ford goes to the inside. Crossover move. Depending on your tire wear, you might be able to stick that outside move on turn number 3 and 4 as Ford takes the lead, but here comes Nass. Nass and the Agent. He does not want to wreck. Dim almost airborne. Falls back to position. That could have been horrible for Nass. I mean, not even just him, just Dim too. As Dim is slow. Dim very slow. What is going on with him as he goes all the way to the back? Ford and Agent side by side. And I'm losing my voice. This is what happens when you get Indy cars on Texas Motor Speedway in these cars. This package, it is just non-stop craziness. I don't know if that's a word. Ford side by side with Agent now very wide, still together, but here comes Blake. Could Blake say something about it? Ford will lead this race and clear Agent. And that is Grez in pit road. Apologies for not calling that out sooner. Critter Chicken came into pit road. Also, Ford putting the door on Agent as Agent looks to the inside. They're so close to touching side by side now to the line. Agent. I look like Ford loved that lap. As Nass and Blake are not going anywhere. They want a piece of this fight too. I mean, who wouldn't? This is great. Ford on the Ford now side by side with Agent again. Almost touching a little bit as Nass has back up to Ford and Agent. Again, if I'm Nass, I would be extra careful of Agent. Because Agent still. That's almost. That could have been dicey as he takes the lead from that move. Oh my God. Apologies, gosh. Side by side with Nass and Ford. Nass is going to ruin the party for Ford as just again, that was sketchy from Agent as Ford into the inside of Nass. But here he comes to Agent now. They get single filed out. I won't get single filed after that too. That was, oh my gosh, that was crazy. Here comes Nass again, getting ready to make another move. If I was him, I'd wait off. We're only on lap 88. Come on. You don't want to get too far behind. Do what Blake's doing. Ford into the wall. That's going to give Nass second place. as they're a little spread out now up in front. Nass has fallen back a little bit more. Blake into third place. Ford in second. Agent comes into pit road for probably the last time of today. Again, strategies, you gotta think about it. Who will have the better strategy in the end? Ford, Blake, and Nass battle for first place, as I'm assuming some of them will pit. Let's take a look at the tires. 24% for Ford. Nass is, oh yeah, there's Ford. It looks like coming to pit road, he will. Nass, 38% tires. Blake, 30% tires. Ford was just 5% lower than them as Agent comes out of pit road. As it is really starting to get dicey now. Around the whole track. That's Blake coming into pit road. We'll see what strategies they try and do, what wing levels. It's at the end of the race. So do you increase it to 5, or do you want to stay steady with it and go 3 or 4? Again, will it be enough? Dimenchesko having a little battle right there. As Agent and Ford's gap. Ford has a doable gap, but depending on how many overtakes there are, will it be enough? Dim and Chesko coming into pit road. As there you see the overtakes. That's Agent and Ford. All 12, most of them 12. So we're looking at a good finish. Tons of overtakes, but will you just spam those overtakes? What will you do? That's just the whole thing. DJ, the fastest lap, 216 miles per hour. There's other little numbers, but all you need to know. You'll see how fast they're going currently. Agent going 216, 217. It looks like they're running maybe a little bit different. Ford and Agent. Different wing levels for the number 27 Andretti Racing Ford. Ford. Why is his name a manufacturer? Could have done like, I don't even know. Nass leads. Will he try and stay out these 16, 17 laps? I doubt it. As he started to slide up, he's not running this race well. Especially on those 23.9% tires. And definitely he's looking to come into pit road in about, I would estimate, 3 laps. Ford. Ford slowly catching up to Agent really quickly. Zero. That is crazy. Ford right on Agent now. If I was him, I'd just stay with him. Agent got lower fuel, but I believe it will be enough as Nass really looking to lose fuel a lot more. He's on 2.4. Is he able to make it? That's the question here. He could save. He could save all around. I mean, he's got everyone lapped. So I don't know what's going to happen, but let's keep an eye on this little battle right here. This is Ford and Agent. Most likely your battle for the win. As Nass comes into pit road. Depending on how quick his pit stop will be, this could be Nass's win, or this right here is the battle for the win as Ford goes to the outside, looking to pass on Agent side by side. Still, they are not letting them breathe. They're not letting me breathe. Agent keeps the lead. Here comes Nass. Nass might come out. He's going to come out right behind him. Ford doing the crossover move, takes the lead. And Nass might be in this fight. Depending on whatever wing level he's on, and if he can use those overtakes wisely. Blake now with the new fastest lap, 217.8. Blake currently in 6th place. DJ and Creator Chicken looking to do that weird strategy at the end. Making a gamble as Agent is starting to struggle trying to catch up to Ford. Agent, a Bubbles IndyCar champion, and Ford, the classic Indy Racing League champion of season 1. These two battling. Who could it be? The bets are on. Agent slowly creeping up to Ford as he catches up just a little bit more each lap. He has to let off there, going a little too fast. Overtakes. Agent's got 10. Ford's got 9, and everyone else under 10, except for Chesko. Chesko's been saving him. Dim coming into pit road. Again, those are probably the weirder strategies that they're running. Not even, no, they're just gambling and wreck, and the gamble will pay off. That's Soup wrecking with Chesko. Not with Chesko, but Chesko still going. I think Chesko might have caused that. And Soup, I believe, will be out of it. Unless I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Weird. It's gonna get crazy. This ain't gonna be good. There he is. He's out. Hey, remember strategies? Throw that away. This is about to get crazy. Dim, DJ, Creator, and Creator Chicken, all of them had pit. Way better tires than Ford and Agent. Could we see them get into the fight? This also brings Nass. Nass on 48% tires. Blake on 67. Anyone behind Grez could make this interesting, but again, will they do too much in order to cause a wreck, or will they just run it right? There's 3 guys who are going to try to do this. 3, and they're all in the back. A lot could happen. Give me a minute. Let me save my voice for this ending. We're going 5 to go restart for the Classic IndyCar Series. Texas, race number 1 for the Firestone Twin 275s. The first one, so. Again, I am Marcus, your host for today, commentator for the Kimmy Speed World Classic IndyCar Edition. Getting ready to the green flag. Here we go. Coming off turn number 1, we are green flag back in the air. Ford gets the runoff of Agent. Now you got to think about when are they going to use these overtakes and how are they going to use these overtakes? This single file mostly, that's Chesko starting to catch up to Nass. Agent still running down Ford. Ford jumps out of his car. And what? Agent leads this race, and that is unfortunate for Ford. Accidentally does that. That is not a first, but that's the first that I've seen. Dim gets a little bit contact of Nass. This removes Ford out of the fight and puts Agent in the lead. Ford will merge right in front of him. Blake running him down. This puts the other Andretti driver into this race and into this lead fight. Agent off turn number 4, coming to 2 to go for the Classic Indy Racing Series. I said that wrong. Blake waiting for the move. He's probably using overtake right now as he's staying near, but don't count out Dim. Dim and GJ right behind with fresh 85% tires. Agent coming off turn 4 will lead us to the white flag for race number 1 of the Classic IndyCar Series. Blake waiting, looking for the move. He slides up a little bit. That's Dim. Dim into the pack. Oh, and it's DJ wrecking on the back straightaway. I believe that is race over. And a huge wreck in the back. Agents, I believe, will be your race winner. And an anticlimactic finish. That would have been one heck of a thing that Dim was going to try to do, as it is still debatable of when Dim and Blake, and who finished second. The timing board ticker, which is definitely wrong. Agent, Dim, Blake, Crater Chicken, Chesko, Grez, Nass, and Ford. He was 2 laps down with that unfortunate jump out of car. Oh, Crater Chicken Rex. Waiting for official review. But for sure, Agent won. Agent has won. But where does everyone else finish? Creator disqualified, it looks like. And it looks like Blake might have second place from Dim. Again, still awaiting things. That is the end to the first Texas race. Blake is P2. As we will get him for an interview. We'll get a couple of guys. Gonna wait for the interview to go so we can get Agent up here. We'll do Agent and Dim for an interview. No, Agent Dimford. We'll get that as our from what I'm seeing the replay. Our streamers looking at Dim a certain way. Again, waiting on people. Once we can get everyone in here, stay quiet. Actually, Dim, would you please go get a Ford and Agent? Oh, never mind. Okay. Agent JF, the first race winner for the Classic Indy Series Season 2. How do you feel?
I feel really good. I went into qualifying thinking I was going to go ahead and use up 2 of my overtakes. And I'm just really sad that me and Ford didn't get to have a battle. I think there were some people in the race that just not of the same caliber driver, the same caliber motor function. So we had a lot of wrecks, and that was kind of disappointing from a product standpoint, because this is probably the best racing product I've ever seen in months. And we got a bunch of nice people who can't race. So unfortunately that cost us a great battle between me and Ford and Blake for the entire race. But it's a win. I'm in the points lead. I got 33 points. I'm very happy about that. But probably the weirdest feeling win ever.
I mean, I bet that's not a fun way. I mean, you can see how Nico was with the 325.
Yeah, I imagine it's a similar kind of feeling, but to have it battling with somebody, and they're in front and they just jump out of their car, dang man, that was about to be a great battle. We were both on the button every single lap from about 10 to 1. I mean, it was amazing. But just people wrecking. The pit stop battles were super awesome, but yeah, a good race to me and Ford. Some other people were being questionable.
For sure. And again, congratulations on that first win. I'm glad to see that number 9 back in victory lane. Do it again tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, maybe so. Thank you.
Welcome. Then we'll go to this guy over here. Man, that could have been yours. Then how do you feel?
Feeling pretty good, honestly. Solid day. Almost had it at the end if it wasn't for that yellow. Maybe would have had a shot at him. I don't think so, though. Maybe a little too far back.
This guy stopped to eat a steak in the middle of the race.
Yeah.
That's why he was 21 laps down.
That could have been the steak race, come back from 21 down and then win, but I wouldn't have felt too good about winning that race after doing that. So I would have liked second, but we'll settle for third. And I heard you bring up the point about the 325, and I am in the same seat as I was for that race, finishing third under yellow with a chance to win, maybe. Definitely needs there needs to be maybe a sift through the drivers who get to race in this. There are some people who have no idea what they're doing, even after rules and regulations are explained. People have no idea 70 laps into the race, how to do a restart. People don't know IndyCar rules, blocking, going for gaps that don't exist. Like, it's ridiculous.
There he is, and I could see I see that understanding completely. And like I said with Agent, there's tomorrow. What do you plan on using today to do tomorrow?
Honestly, learned a lot about the wing levels today. Something new brought back to these cars. Probably the biggest challenge for most people today, just figuring out what works, what doesn't. And yeah, definitely have more knowledge for tomorrow's race. Just run it clean, and then hope to be there at the end. And probably won't be eating a steak during that one, so I think I'll have a shot to race.
I totally forgot you did that in the mid-race. Went in pit road, ate a steak, came out, and that cautions. That's a little loophole that needs to be changed. But good luck, Tim.
Yep, thank you.
Hopefully. Let's go walk over here. And the guy who should have been there. That was just so weird. Ford, what happened there? Walk me through that lap.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know what to say anymore at this point, because it's just like, bro, like, we've run countless races, countless test races, we have countless practice, yet people just go into the race and they still can't drive. So I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand why everybody just sucks. They keep wrecking, and then they have to wreck just one more time to just ruin the finish of the race. We're having such a great run to the end there with Agent, and it's the whole race. Like, up front, people race good and stuff, but I mean, like, it's the same guys. I mean, I feel like it's just the same people who just always ruining everything. I mean, can't even have fun anymore because everybody just sucks. And then on the restart, I'm trying to run away from Asian and stuff, and I try and hit the button, and I accidentally jump out the car, and that's definitely on me. And I'm not gonna blame it on there being no zero jump power. I'm just upset that I think that I definitely would have jumped on my car if we would have stayed green, because I was in a rhythm there, and yeah, I'm just upset, bro, because countless things, bro, just countless things, and it's just so trash, bro.
Not for sure. And as I asked the other drivers, what will you be doing differently tomorrow?
Yeah, only thing I'll do different is not jump out my car, bro.
Of course. Well, the Camberg effect hits Ford, and that will be your coverage for the Classic IndyCar Series. Race number one.
Let me jump in here for a second, because we've got official news that when I put out on the stream. Let me read this announcement here from Wonderpoint. Official results coming soon from the first Firestone Twin 275. Ford is being appointed the responsibility of driver management in all open-wheel series, directly controlling who and who cannot race due to the amount of crashing and unsafe racing in these races. Thank you for watching tonight. Come back tomorrow, and we should have some better. Should be better after some driver bans. Additionally, if Ford decides to field better drivers in the field, it will be allowed. So, Ford has this new responsibility. We may see some differences for the race tomorrow.
There you have it, guys. Ford got a new role for it, and let's hope tomorrow gets better. Again, tune in, hopefully estimated 4 p.m. EST. We're racing here again. These battles aren't done. That is it. We'll see you later, and good night, goodbye, good morning, wherever you are. Bye.